Human rights lawyer Femi Falana condemned 3-year jail term for man who stole yams. Good day, my dear listeners. Thanks for joining. Here is another news coming to your listening ears as a human rights lawyer, Femi Falana, condemns a 3-year jail term for a man who stole yams. Moving on to the full details, kindly please ensure you like, subscribe to this channel and share. Human rights lawyer and senior advocate of Nigerian SAN, Femi Falana has condemned the 3-year imprisonment of a 28-year-old auto mechanic, Hakeem Jimoh, convicted for stealing yams worth 35,000 naira in Osun State. Saturday Telegraph had earlier reported that Hakeem was convicted and sentenced on Wednesday, September 3rd, by an Osogbo Chief Magistrate Court after pleading guilty to the one-count charge of theft pressed against him. The presiding magistrate, Muyiba Olatunji, sentenced Jimoh to 3 years in prison with hard labor and without any option of a fine. Reacting to the jail term, Falana said the sentencing policy in the country needed to be reviewed to make it more humane. He queried why scarce public funds should be wasted on the upkeep of convicts jailed for petty offenses like that of Jimoh. He said it is high time that the sentencing policy of the country was made inhumane. He said it is high time that the sentencing policy of the country was made humane. Why should the government be made to waste scarce public funds on the feeding, accommodation, and medical care for the convict who was jailed for stealing 2 bags of yams worth 35,000 naira? The attention of judges and magistrates ought to be drawn to the fact that judicial officers in capitalist countries have stated that it is no longer a crime for the poor to steal food to feed themselves and their family members. Meanwhile, we have briefed a lawyer to file an appeal against the conviction and the 3-year jail term, and the convicted person, Hakeem Jimoh. So, my dear listeners, now I've come to the end of our today's news. Yes, in addition to the news, I don't think it's really worth it. Someone that stole a yam of 35,000 naira, obviously, that person is hungry. He actually didn't kill. He didn't. He actually didn't kill. He didn't kidnap anybody to get a ransom. But I'm not saying he never committed an offense. He did actually. But there are some petty offenses that should look into. Indeed, I think I will have to go with what the human rights lawyer said, Femi Falana, that their rules should be reviewed. All these judgments should be reviewed. They should make they should check all these their this thing and make a good review about it to correct some things. Why would someone that stole 2 bags of yam worth 35,000 naira be jailed for 3 years? Someone that stole yam, we simply knows that the person is hungry. What should be done of that person? The person should be that person should be provided for. They should provide food for them. Even people like what's it called? The judge can sponsor this person. So instead of wasting a whole lot of resources on someone, many people are in prison today with just petty offenses like this, not even a capital offense. Let's move down to the comment section. The first comment says, I'm not against the judgment, but whoever and whosoever must receive equal treatment. Even those that are stealing, even those politicians that were that were stealing a lot of billions are not being are not being convicted. Not someone that is hungry. So he's definitely hungry. Or maybe he has a child and he wants to feed them. He went to steal the yams and maybe he wanted to sell it out so that he can have the money to feed the family. Nigeria and its palaver more. Another comment says politicians that looted and divert public funds are walking freely in the street. Shame on Nigerian judiciary. Of course, the judiciary system is poor, very, very poor. Another comment here says those politicians that stole billions of naira are moving freely in this country, and the innocent Nigerian who stole tubers of yam are sentenced to 3 good years in prison with hard labor because they are connected with politicians in high places. You, this evil judge that sentenced him without considering that it must have been out of hunger and economic hardship that people are going through. Maybe the cause. Bro, you are a wicked soul and your children will never experience mercy in their daily life. I think the judge deserved that kind of course. A comment here says those that we had stealing billions were not in jail, but the ones that steal chicken and yam, those who steal billions are walking freely. A comment here says, God bless you, sir. Son, instead for Nigerians to empower the man, stealing yams denotes hunger. What of those people stealing billions of naira? They didn't do anything for them. This is what we are all saying. That they should just employ the man, establish him. Someone like that might still have purpose for the country. So the that kind of man now, his old dreams is shattered, and he's been taken to prison for just stealing yam. I'm not against that he committed an offense, but at the same time, it doesn't worth it. So yeah, my dear listeners, now I've come to the end of